off of my face. All right, we're gonna make this quick because I got some stuff to do. My to-do list is long. Anyways, welcome everybody. This is Dr. Darren. Welcome to my No Mask, No Medicine. This is where I shed that bloody mask and I share my thoughts. I usually share 4 thoughts for my 4 dots, my daughters. Okay, So, welcome. What's up, freaking flyers? Good to have you here. I'm gonna buckle up because it's the law, and this is gonna be fairly quick. So my to-do list is pretty long today. It's Saturday. Just finished a 12-hour shift, and this takes me to my first point. So I don't have a to-do list. This is something I started a while back. I have a GERD list. So in medicine, GERD, this is not thought for dot number 1, but I don't have a to-do list. Like I said, I have a GERD list. And GERD in medicine is gastroesophageal reflux disease. It's heart disease. It's when the acid in your stomach starts to basically climb up and cause irritation in the bottom or the distal portion of your esophagus, because your cardiac sphincter, which is this little circular muscle at the top of the entrance of the esophagus into the stomach, which controls the entrance of the food into the stomach and prevents the reflux of the gas into the esophagus. Anyways, that's cause erosion. But I have GERD lists because it's my get done, GERD, GERD list. Anyways, so I got a GERD list. It's pretty long today. Got lots of acidic problems I got to deal with. So, thought for dot number 1 is perspective, right? Gratitude by comparison. So I just finished a 12-hour shift, and it was like a blink of an eye. So I normally do 36-hour shifts, and every once in a while I'll pick up shifts in here and there. Anytime I pick up a 12-hour shift, it's like a fart in the wind. It's just poof, gone, right? And I love them. It's like invigorating because I come, and then before you know it, I'm finished. And it made me think of how lucky each one of us are. No matter our situation, no matter how sucky things can be, no matter how little we may have in any given situation, or there's always someone who has it more, that has bigger problems, who has a larger struggle. And we don't celebrate their struggles, but we need to be grateful for how amazing and how wonderful we have it. And it's especially when we think that's not the case that we have to overcome that mental hurdle, and we have to force ourselves to find reasons to be grateful. We need to find reasons that we are lucky and we are blessed. So I guarantee if we do this as a mental practice, as a mental HIIT training, high intensity interval training, that our lives will feel better, even if the circumstances have not changed a lick. It often is said that we need to focus on calming the sailor because we can't calm the storm. And there's a lot of truth to that. Okay, chaos is crazy in 2020. And so we need to focus on our own whereabouts. Okay, that's thought for dot number 1. Thought for dot number 2. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. This is my advice. Okay, we need to understand end of life decisions. Okay. Had a patient who was on hospice, which is end of life care. She came in, and it was about as perfect and as peaceful as you could imagine. Okay, it was moving. It was an honor to be part of that moment in this patient's life, and to be able to communicate with the family, to answer their questions, to offer comfort, to encourage them, and to one of my absolute most meaningful moments in practicing medicine is being entrusted to be in that room and people looking to me. And I am nothing to these people's life. I have not added any value to this person who's failing and they're dying. But in that moment, they welcomed me into their circle of trust. And I can't be more thankful for that. Okay. The reason I bring up that experience is because there are many other experiences where I've had that are drastically different. That prior to a poor event that is leading to a very unexpected sometimes, or even expected outcome, the family or the individual has not discussed their end of life decisions. And the reason why this is a big deal is because in the moment, you just aren't thinking straight. It is difficult to try to make level-headed decisions about the care, the decisions, the tests that you need to do, whether you need to transfer this person or just let them be peaceful and comfortable. You aren't thinking straight in those moments. And oftentimes emotion gets out of hand and it can become very ugly. It can become very destructive to that moment that can be a beautiful moment. Okay? Especially when the entire family isn't on the same page. When there are people that are disagreeing or fighting and they are trying to overrule the patient's desire. And that is the number one most important thing, is that you as the patient or your family member as the patient, everybody needs to have a decision made of what they want done or not done and how they want their last moments to be, because that creates peace and that allows people to focus on what is important and making those last few moments of quality and not fighting sometimes for piss poor quality just so that you have an increase in quantity. So you have a few extra minutes, but those extra minutes are just horrendous. So I encourage everybody, thought for dot number 2, take a moment to talk to your spouse, your significant other, your parents, your children on what you want. Because in the moments when you're not in those ugly scenarios, you can think clearly, you can discuss things, and it makes everything better. And that's what you want. Okay. So, thought for dot number 3. Oh, baby, big game today. Okay, so I graduated from BYU University. Brigham Young University. That's like saying ATM machine. The M in ATM stands for machine. So saying ATM machine is redundant. It's like, anyways, BYU University. Anyways, so because of COVID, their schedule was just haphazardly canceled by everybody, and they put together a schedule. They are 9-0. They're ranked 8th in the country, but they're a little peon independent school, so no one has given them any respect, saying that their schedule's weak. Anyways, thought for dot number 3 is that have passions outside of your profession. Have passions that you can chase and find meaning in, and that just bring you some enjoyment. Those are, whether it's whittling, crocheting, chess playing, walking around the park, having a gluten-free vegan diet, whatever it is, have those, because those are the things that give us a little extra pep in our step, right? And give us a little extra flair when we wake up. And anyways, today's game is against Coastal Carolina, which was not scheduled. They had Coastal Carolina's competitor had their team, I think it was Liberty, anyways, drop out because a ton of their members had COVID positive. And so they teamed up, and I'm super excited because I like football, and it's a top 20 matchup. And hopefully, if BYU shows up, maybe they'll get an invitation to a New York Sick Bowl. Okay, none of that matters. If you don't like football, that's not important. Thought for dot number 3 is have passions that you can fight for, you can strive for, you can set goals for, because they add a lot of value and just positivity in your life. All right, thought for dot number 4. I had dental pain written down, but really I don't want to talk about that. I want to wrap it up. I want to get home to my 4 dots. So I thought for dot number 4 is revamped. I want you to hug somebody that means something to you, okay? Just go hug them. Give them a high five. Send them a text. Call them. Yesterday, I was able to call and speak with one of my closest friends in high school. And we just have lost touch because she stayed in the town. I moved across the country, and we haven't talked for, 2002 I graduated, almost 20 years. And I was able to call her and just talk to her and just catch up with her family and her kids. And it meant everything to me. She probably, who knows what it meant to her. But it was so fun to catch up with her and learn about her kids and what's going on in her life and what she's doing. It was awesome. So thought for dot number 4, find your dot and go squeeze the crap out of him. All right? I love you. Guys, frequent flyers, if you have any desire to subscribe, do it. I'd appreciate it. Knuckles, Motherfucker gives his squid fingers. You know what they say? Don't complain about the road that you're on, because it's your own asphalt.